everyone, and thank you for joining us for the 2015 Dos Equis Masquerade sampling. This program will run October 1st through October 31st, and will cover all information pertinent to the program in the following deck. First, we're going to go over the off-premise program overview. As people don't often plan for Halloween party occasions, Dos Equis are equipping you with the tools to steal the show by giving you access to the most interesting man's intriguing entourage of helpers to create or attend an epic party. Don't wait for your friends to take the lead for Masquerade or Halloween activities. Take a page or two from the most interesting man's little black book, and your Halloween experience could get people talking almost as much as they do about the most interesting man's masquerade. We need to win in-store with innovative and eye-catching displays that leverage the Dos Equis brand equity, including the most interesting man, and provide a one-stop shop for masquerade shopper situations. This will give you an idea of the campaign overview that we have going on for Dos Equis Masquerade. We are going to have off-premise events, which we're going over right now. We'll also have on-premise events. There's going to be social support with 17 weeks of social media, masquerade parties, 10 weeks of national TV advertisements, as well as digital and radio promotions in 17 core markets. So here's a little bit about the sweepstakes, which is the main purpose of these events. In both the on and off premise, you are going to be letting people know about the masquerade party that's going to be held in New York this year. Dos Equis is giving consumers a chance to win a trip to New York and attend the Dos Equis Masquerade Party. Both POS as well as yourselves will drive consumers to go to dosequis.com/masquerade, where they can pick up tips from the most interesting man's little black book. It's there that they'll enter for a chance to win a trip to his masquerade party in New York. In the off-premise, as always, we have specials on the Ibotta app. If you're not familiar with the Ibotta app, please make sure that you download it and check out what specials of our brands are available before your events. Ibotta is a mobile shopping app that offers consumers cashback rebates on Dos Equis purchases. Right now, the offer should be to earn up to $1 on 6 packs of Dos Equis Lager or Amber, or earn up to $2 on 12 packs of Dos Equis Lager or Amber. Once they complete a purchase, they'll upload a picture of their receipt to earn these savings. Make sure, again, that you're checking to make sure that the offer is still $1 and $2, and that you're letting consumers know about the additional savings on Ibotta, but you're not spending too much time on the Ibotta app itself or assisting them with the download. Here's a little bit about the Ibotta consumer journey. So Ibotta is going to create awareness and inform consumers about enticing offers from Dos Equis, driving to retail. POS, as well as yourselves and display enhancers, are going to create awareness and educate consumers about the brand. Then shoppers are encouraged to purchase Dos Equis for the Halloween and Masquerade parties. Afterwards, consumers snap a picture of their receipt to receive instant rebates, which continues the brand engagement. So it is unlikely that you will have these giveaways for the off-premise, however you might. These giveaways include consumer masks, hair ties, magic 8 balls, pocket notebooks, sampling masks, and tattoos. In some markets, you may have bar bucks instead of these elements, or you may have some smaller elements such as keychains or bottle openers. Make sure you check with your field specialist or your area manager to know what items you'll have to utilize at your off-premise events. All right, now we're going to go into Masquerade on-premise. These are some of the POS, which is when you have your report, it's going to ask you about program-specific pre-merchandising. So these are all program-specific POS, but they want to make sure that you note when you have your events to make sure that the person who's putting it up gets credit for the fact that it's there. So those may include banners, posters, table tents, coasters, or blackboards that specifically advertise Dos Equis Masquerade. These giveaways you're going to have more likely for on-premise events. It's the same that we went over for on-premise. We have the consumer masks, both amber and lager, hair ties, which also can be promoted as wristbands, magic 8 ball, pocket notebook, sampling masks for you as the brand ambassadors to wear, as well as tattoos. Again, we have the Ibotta app in the on-premise. For the on-premise, consumers can earn up to $1 on a bottle or draft of Dos Equis Amber or Lager. Same thing, they'd want to make sure to take a picture of their itemized receipt in order to get that rebate back. Now we're going to go into more specifics about the brand. First, we have Dos Equis Lager. Dos Equis Lager is a crisp, golden, and full-bodied lager from Mexico with just the right balance of flavor and refreshment. Some of the brand facts about it: they have 140 calories, 10.5 grams of carbs, 4.5% alcohol, and 10 IBUs. What to expect when tasting? You should know it's a golden Pilsner style lager. It has a fresh aroma. It's flavorful yet light tasting and smooth to drink, and it has a balanced composition and clean finish. It's going to pair well with seared ahi tuna, gourmet sliders, fish tacos, or crab cakes, just to name a few. An easy way to remember this is that because lager is a lighter colored beer, it's going to go with lighter colored fish and meats, as well as heavier fat foods, because the light taste will cut through the heavy fat taste. Here's a little fun fact. Dos Equis was originally called Siglo XX in honor of the 20th century, but people asked for it as Dos Equis, or 2 X's, because that was displayed on the label. So the brewery soon changed the beer's name to match its bar call. Another fun fact is, as you can see here, in between the 2 X's is actually a picture of Moctezuma. Moctezuma was the last leader of the Aztec Empire, and the brewery where Dos Equis come from is Moctezuma Brewing Company. All right, so conversely, we have Dos Equis Amber. Dos Equis Amber is a full-flavored yet surprisingly smooth amber-colored lager brewed in Mexico. Now, in order to help you remember the basics of lager versus amber, remember, because amber is darker, it's going to have just a little bit more of everything. So the calories are 145, which is 5 calories more. The carbohydrates are 11 grams of carbs, which is 0.5 grams more. The alcohol is 4.6% ABV, which is 0.1% higher alcohol percentage. And then the IBU is 22 IBUs, which is 12 IBUs more than the lager. Now, for anyone who hasn't done a training with us before and doesn't know what IBU means, it stands for International Bitterness Units, which is generally on a scale from 1 to 100, and it tells you how bitter the beer is based on its hop profile. Now, what to expect when tasting? It's a distinctively rich amber-colored lager. It has earthy tones with subtle hints of caramel and burnt sugar. It's full-bodied yet surprisingly smooth, and it's easy to drink with a crisp, clean finish. This pairs well with beef tacos or fajitas, prime steak grilled or tartare, Thai chicken sauté, or barbecue spring rolls. Now, an easy way to remember is because amber is darker, it's going to go with your darker meats or your spicier foods. Another fun fact is Dos Equis was crafted by German brewmaster Wilhelm Haus, who immigrated to Mexico in the late 19th century and founded the Moctezuma Brewery. Dos Equis Amber wasn't exported to the U.S. until 1973, almost a whole century later. All right, now let's talk a little bit about you, our brand ambassador. So one, you need to know the beer. You've tried both Dos Equis Lager and Amber and like it. If you were able to attend an in-person training, we actually would provide lager and amber for you to taste side by side. If you haven't tried it before, I strongly encourage you to try it prior to your events, so that way you're able to accurately describe to people the taste profile, as well as make recommendations to our consumers. You need to know the brand, be familiar with DosEquis.com and the Most Interesting Man in the World campaign. I say this to every person I train, that if you don't know who the most interesting man in the world is, I don't know which rock you've been living under, but you better know it before your events, because our consumers know the most interesting man, they're able to quote him, and you should be able to as well. So make sure you check him out on YouTube. Follow Dos Equis on social media so you can get updates on what's going on with the brand, have an understanding of the Dos Equis profile and attributes, and then of course you need to know the promotion. Have promotional experience, understand and relate to the lifestyle and personality of the bartender and consumer, and be memorable. Have a look and personality that consumers will remember. So let's talk about your purpose as an ambassador, and we have this listed by priority. So number one for all of our events is always to generate trial. Get consumers to try Dos Equis Lager and Amber and encourage them to make it their choice for future drinking situations. Now, our goal would be for you to sample 50 samples per hour, where legal. Now, you can only reach this goal, of course, if your bar spend allows. You have a $240 bar spend for on-premise events. That's $200 for product and tax, $40 or a max of 20% per tip. If for some reason the beers cost more than you are able to give out 50 samples, then that's absolutely fine. Get to as many samples as you can and try to reach that 50 when possible. Second, you want to educate consumers about the taste profiles of Dos Equis Lager and Amber. Inform consumers of pricing and encourage them to purchase Dos Equis Lager or Amber. And then you want to communicate the program offers. Consumers can earn rewards for purchase if they bought it. Consumers can use cross-promotional offers to save, which means if there is a price feature in the account, they can also get that savings if they bought it as well. And then, of course, the sweepstakes. Enter at dosequis.com/masquerade for a trip to attend the VIP Dos Equis Masquerade event in New York City. Now, here's a little bit about your script and what you should be saying to consumers. Now, there's no need to memorize this script, but there are some key things that you need to remember and you do need to communicate to your consumers. Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm here representing Dos Equis Lager and Amber, the perfect beer to help you celebrate Halloween and masquerade parties. Would you like to try a sample? Of course, you only offer a sample where legal. Yes. Great. Do you tend to enjoy beers that are more crisp and refreshing, or do you prefer beers with full flavor? Now, based on their answer, you want to offer them either a lager or amber based on their taste preference. If they don't know which one they'd prefer, ask them what beers they normally drink. Try to get an idea of what they like and then make a recommendation for them. Dos Equis Lager is a crisp, golden, and full-bodied lager from Mexico with just the right balance of flavor and refreshment. Dos Equis Amber is a full-flavored yet surprisingly smooth amber-colored lager from Mexico. Once you've given them the beer, ask them, what do you think? Right now you can get a Dos Equis Lager or Amber for $4. Thank you for your purchase, and be sure to go to dosequis.com/masquerade to enter for a chance to win a trip to the Dos Equis Masquerade Party in New York, and then provide a premium to the consumer if you have them available. Now here's what you're going to be wearing to your events. A Dos Equis dress will be provided. It may look like the dress in this picture where available, or it may look different. Keep in mind for this dress, because of the way the straps are, you will need to either wear a strapless bra or a multi-way bra. Make sure that your bra straps are not showing. You wear your own black heels. They should be closed-toed for safety purposes and for matching. Simple earrings are permitted, such as studs or hoops, but please no flashy jewelry. And then you should have a clean, neat hairstyle, which is going to be down. Additionally, you're going to have an ambassador mask that is shown here in this picture that you need to wear at all times at your events. All right, so that's it for the Dos Equis Masquerade deck. Now we're going to go through an additional element that you will all be provided for your events, which is actually something that's really exciting. So let me just get this queued up here. Now, chances are your field specialist or area manager has already reached out to you about this additional element that you're going to have, because a lot has gone into it. It may seem a little complicated, but it's actually quite easy. So let's go over right now. So what we're going to talk about is the Dos Equis Masquerade VR activation. It's exactly what's shown here. It's a virtual reality viewer that consumers can put their phone inside and be able to experience what it might be like at the Dos Equis Masquerade party if they were to win a trip to go there. So this is basically a peek inside the Dos Equis Masquerade and kind of a gateway into that world so they can experience it for themselves. Now we're going to go into a little more detail how that's possible. Okay, virtual reality cardboard. What is it? In 2014, Google introduced the Google Cardboard. It's a low-cost, simple headset that would use two 45mm focal lenses to utilize your phone screen as a gateway into new worlds. Google has allowed open source programming of OpenGL to develop 2D and 3D graphics so that anyone can develop apps that work on both Android and Apple. With this development, 360 cameras have become more and more popular. YouTube has a channel, #360video, that incorporates itself into Google Cardboard. Here you can find yourself swimming with orcas, watching solar eclipses, or even flying in a fighter jet. With this new technology, it's as if you're there yourself, turning your head from one side to another, looking up and down for an all-immersive experience. So this experience is something we're going to be offering our consumers for the Dos Equis Masquerade. Now again, I want to remind you the sweepstakes is for the Masquerade Party being held in New York. We're giving consumers a chance to win a trip to New York and attend the Dos Equis Masquerade Party. In order for them to enter, they go to dosequis.com/masquerade. to enter for a chance to win. Now, what this is going to do is give you an idea of what they might expect if they were to win that party. So as you see right here in this advertisement, you're invited to a soiree with a guest list worthy of only the most interesting man. Step into his world through the Masquerade cardboard virtual reality experience. Consumers can navigate through the 360 video by panning with their phones to experience the famed event as though they are actually there. The soiree can be experienced in two ways, through the cardboard VR viewer or without the viewer as a standalone 360 video. There we go. Okay, so this is what the cardboard is going to look like. So it's going to show up looking a lot like a little black book. It's just a black folded up cardboard that you can't really tell what it is right away. So you want to make sure that you build a couple of them to show consumers as an example. And then you also give some not built, so consumers can either take them home or build them for themselves, and that way you're not wasting a lot of time building all the cardboards, because you will be receiving likely about 20 to 40 of these per event. So step one, you want to ensure that they're using a compatible phone. It will only work with certain phones. Those are iPhone 5, 5S, 6 with iOS 8 or later. Keep in mind the iPhone 6 Plus is too big to fit inside the cardboard viewer. They can also use a Nexus 4 or 5, a Samsung Galaxy S4, S5, S6, or Nexus, and Moto X. If they have headphones, of course that'd be great so they can hear what's going on. We don't expect people to have headphones in bars. Sorry, my dog. To have headphones in bars. But if they happen to have them, that's the best way to experience it. And they can always take these cardboards home with them, which is what we want them to be doing. And when they take it home, they can be able to hear sound by using headphones. Okay, so step two. Download the Dos Equis Masquerade VR app to your phone via the iOS App Store or Google Play. Now, last time we checked, the iPhone app was not live yet, so you actually are going to have to go through a link that's going to be provided to you. However, it is available on Google Play for any Android devices. Step three, you want to assemble the Dos Equis branded cardboard VR viewer. Now, the nice thing is that the VR viewer comes with the instructions printed right on it and numbers, so that way you are able to match up the number to the other number in order to fold things over. So let's just go over the steps really quickly. So step one, after detaching the cardboard, lay flat and fold the top portion of the lens panel down and over the bottom portion. Step two, rotate the viewer so the lens panel is on your left, then insert tab 1 into corresponding slot 1. Step 3, insert tab 2 into corresponding slot 2. Step 4, fold unit up and over to align tab 3 to corresponding slot 3. Step 5, continue to fold it over again to align tab 4 to corresponding slot 4. And step 6, peel off tape backing from right flap and press against right side of the viewer to secure. Now step 4 is going to be open the app on your phone and follow the simple instructions. After the age gate, confirm you have a VR viewer. Insert phone into the viewer and hit play to enjoy the experience, which lasts about 3 minutes. We're going to watch a little video here that's going to go over how to assemble. So this is just going to go through all of the steps that we went over, steps 1 through 6. You want to make sure to practice this before you go to your events, so that way you're not spending a lot of time trying to figure it out. Now this is showing how the cardboard will look before you assemble. You're simply folding over, matching number to number. Folding over again and again. This is where you would tape the side so that way it sticks. That's where your phone would go in. And then you would simply fold it over for the Velcro. Just like that. Now you have your viewer. Okay, so how to download the app. There's a couple ways to do it. So one, if it's Android, you can go to the Play Store. If you have an iPhone, I would check to see if the app's available yet. As of today, which is Tuesday prior to Halloween, it is not available. So you're going to have to connect to Wi-Fi. You're going to need to tap on the link, mobileapps.dosekies.com, tap to download the app, and then the app will immediately start to install on your screen. If you have iOS 9, the first time you open the Dos Equis app, an untrusted enterprise developer alert pops up. Tap Cancel. Open the Settings app and go to General, Profiles, and Device Management, or simply Profile, Havas Worldwide, New York. Trust Havas Worldwide, New York. Trust iPhone distribution, Havas WWNY apps, alert pop-ups, tap Trust. If you have iOS 8, the first time you open the Dos Equis app, an untrusted app developer alert pops up, tap Trust. See below again for a list of compatible devices. Once the app is downloaded, here's a snapshot of what you will see. Do you have a VR viewer? Yes or no? The consumer can still view the video without the viewer, however they will not experience the VR 360 view. If they do have the viewer, place mobile device into the viewer. The magnet on the side acts as a button, since you can't touch your phone screen while it's inside the cardboard. This magnet is provided so that when you move acts if you press the screen. Tap Continue and place your mobile device in the VR viewer. For best experience, plug in headphones. Okay, so this is going to show you a little bit about what it will look like when the video launches. It's going to have the most interesting man, some other attendees, and then some things will go on. Okay, so I will encourage you to watch this video on your own, but we'll play it for just a little bit so that way you can see. Oh, apparently it's not working right now. So I'll go ahead and make sure that you download it on your phone and that you're able to check this out in your own time. Now, additional links to explore. These are just a little bit about the virtual reality viewers and what we're doing. So first is Adweek. It's virtual reality is the next big form of bar entertainment. From MSNG projects, so it talks about interactive Dos Equis Masquerade. And then an article on Tech Radar, which talks about everything you need to know about the Google Cardboard. Okay, so that's it. So one thing that I really want to stress with these virtual reality cardboards is that they are a big investment for Heineken USA, and they want to make sure that they're utilized. We need to get great pictures of our target demographic using the VR cardboards, whether it's them building them, whether it's them looking into them, downloading the app. These are the photos that we're looking for these events if you're working as a reporting brand ambassador. Now, you want to make sure that you're giving them out to as many people as you can, with supplies, of course, limited, and that people are utilizing these beyond today. So we've gotten some feedback already where consumers are like, oh, well, this is cool, but I don't want to take it home with me. I've already seen the Masquerade video. Well, they can use these VR cardboards for watching any video on the hashtag 360 video channel on YouTube. So let them know that this has value beyond today, beyond watching it for the Masquerade party, that they can use it as gifts, stocking stuffers. They can watch other virtual reality videos for it. These are valued, you know, around $5 or less a piece. So just make sure that these aren't going in the trash and that they are being given out, and you are letting consumers know what a big value this is to be giving it to them. If you have any questions, please make sure that you reach out to your field specialist or area manager about any of the information that we went over. And if your team has given you a corresponding quiz to take after watching this video, please make sure that you do so prior to working your events. Thanks again for your time and have fun this weekend.